Hey everyone, how you doing today? Thought I'd take another look at the workshop and see what was out there, and got some really cool creations. Now, several of the ones in the spotlight this week are for the Anvil challenge, and I'm not showing those because they're all part of the challenge, and I believe all the picks I've got are not part of that challenge. So I thought I would take a look at all those, and at the end of the video, speaking of that challenge, I'll show you what I've got so far for that challenge. I actually kind of worked out a hull and got kind of a functioning ship, although it's not textured and doesn't have an interior built up or anything yet, but it does have all the parts in place, at least. So anyway, the very first creation here today is the Sidewinder Mk III Elite Dangerous by NiWi-AlexM. And speaking of Elite Dangerous, yeah, I did actually, I played Elite Dangerous before for a bit, and I believe I possessed this ship, and I had some kind of freighter that I got at some point because I got into like training and things like that. And but this is really cool. I love the looks of this ship to start with, and it looks like it was modeled out really well too. Now this is a CV, and it almost looks like an SV. If you didn't have the scaling, like if I didn't have like an SV parked next to it, you could actually think this was a SV sized ship, but it's actually quite a bit bigger than that. It's a bit deceiving that way. A really nice makeup here on the blocks on how everything's looking here. It looks like it's textured nice. I love the red stripes on the back there too. Got some decals on here as well. Yeah, nice looking block work on here, definitely. Yeah, it's a cool shape anyway. It's just this whole way it kind of it's angled and sloped, but it has that indentation over here. I think that just is a nice looking design overall. And I can see the author used some 45-degree blocks in the mix here too to give it that look. And that is really cool. I know you can't quite do the angles that you would have on Elite Dangerous ships in the game, but this is done really well, I gotta say. So very nice work on that. And again, the coloring and everything else looks great too. I apologize a little bit. This is as bright as I can make this particular planet. I've been trying to float around to different planets for showing these ships, and this is an alien planet, and it's a little darker than your average planet. This is basically high noon, and about as bright as I can get it right now. But it looks kind of cool. So anyway, let's take a look at what makes this ship tick here. Oh, nice. So everything automatically opens up. Oh, wow. There's a lot going on in here. Oh, I love this. So yeah, it does have that kind of industrial look. I love the frame blocks in here in the mix, and the ladder and all the like the storage and things like that. That's pretty cool. All the shield parts in here are displayed too. They're kind of like almost like an item of the ship in the cargo hold. And you got your main core over there. Looks like Wi-Fi's in the corner. Yeah, definitely like this section here. This is a neat idea. I like the ladder going up here. It's actually not a ladder. It's a railing piece, but that looks really cool. And then you got armor locker under there, a constructor over here, another shield part there, another shield part there, a small constructor up on the ceiling there, and of course your advanced constructor right down on the floor. That's cool. So as soon as you walk in, yeah, you got a lot of detail going on, a lot of parts of the ship too. And you can see through here, you got your warp drive, and you got your shield kind of in these other rooms over here. That's cool. That's cool. I like how you can kind of see that through the wall there. And well, anyway, it looks like we've got a storage controller over here. I'll take a look at its total storage here at the. Let me look at the stats. And it looks like we're into a crew area and a medical bay. Wow, this has got a lot in it. Again, it's not a very big ship for a CV, but it's really packing a lot of function in here, which is really cool. And not to mention, it's modeled after a Elite Dangerous ship too. So yeah, that's cool. So we got our medical bay here. Looks like it has all its medical equipment and whatnot. And in here we've got a crew area, it looks like, or at least a captain's area. Place to sit, food processor right next to there, fridge over there, so everything's well laid out and convenient. Got oxygen coming up through the floor. Looks like we've got another CPU core block down over there. And then we're right onto the bridge. That looks cool. I've seen this on another recent creation, I think, too, where the light was placed on that, and it's a nice look. It's nice and round, nice idea to light up the room too. I know it gets kind of challenging to find places to put lights when you got a small area like this. There's like hardly any wall surface areas where you can stick a light to, but that's a really cool idea there. I like that. Nice visibility from the cockpit as well. I like the way the glass is done. You can kind of see a little bit below you. Very, very nice. Yeah, I know it's a little dark right now, but sorry about that. But other than that, yeah, you got a nice quick access point into the bridge area as well. So you can, if you're out doing your business, you can get in and fly away quickly if you need to. That's, yeah, very cool. Very cool looking design there. Yeah, it's pretty small too. We got some weapons in here too. We got some retractable turrets. It looks like in those areas there. Doesn't look like it has a lot of weaponry. It looks more like a all-around kind of survival ship with utility function, things like that. But it's hard to say because a lot of times they're deceiving. It could have a lot of upgrade potential. It could have some hidden weapons in here like this. So what do we got here? Yeah, that's cool. I like the doors. To the author, though, I made this mistake too. Unfortunately, these ramps will block that weapon from firing. At least they did. If that changed, that would be wonderful because I wanted to do the same thing or try to do the same thing on previous ships to hide these weapon bays. And literally, I couldn't do it. I even tried blast doors that were totally out of the way, and they would not allow those weapons to fire either. So I did have to scrap those and just leave holes in the hull. So that could be a problem on this. And if you run into that problem with this ship, you'd probably have to remove these doors. And I wish it didn't work that way. I wouldn't think it would work that way, but it does seem to. And then we got another launcher here in the middle too. So it's got some kind of hidden away weaponry on here, which is pretty cool. And those launchers are probably going to be something fairly meaty. I'm not sure what kind of turrets we got on here yet, too. But anyway, let's look at some specs here. So unlock level 25, size class 1, 7-hour and 34-minute build time. Does use some estrium and zirconium and things like that. Pretty much expected on any kind of CV that has guns on it and thrusters. Speeds are really nice. So we got 87 forward, it looks like 24 strafing, 32 lift, 24 down, 26 in reverse. Roll, pitch, and yaw are all pretty decent. Yeah, all up in the 40s or 50s. So what do we have for weapons? So we've got, there's 4 of them. 4 retractable minigun turrets, 1 artillery cannon, 6 laser cannons. Wow, they are really hidden away on this ship. 2 sentry guns and a detector. 4 fuel tanks, 2 oxygen tanks. Pretty small ship. It wouldn't need a lot of oxygen tanks in it. So that all makes sense too. CPU-wise, it's not breaking the bank either. So this is well below a Core 9. I assume if you're looking at Reforging, this is a Core. Let's see, a Core 3 would be 625,000. So somewhere between a Core 4 and a Core 5, I would say. So it's somewhere in that ballpark. Maybe it just uses a couple of improved cores plus a basic. That might get it to this number. I would have to check that out. But yeah, it's not going to break the bank there with the CPU either. So very cool. Let's take a look at the storage. So we got an ammo controller at 88K. And beyond that, let's see, we got another, it looks like they're all labeled here anyway. Cargo pallet, container controller at 94K. Yep. And another one at 96K. And the rest of them are boxes, go up to, I think, 8K. I think there's some boxes that can do more than that. But yeah, very, very cool creation. It's not going to break the bank. Looks very stylish and packs a lot bigger punch than you would think it would, because it's really tucking away all its weaponry where you really just do not see that up in your face. So it's a bit deceptive as well. It looks like it could be quite capable and combat operations in space there too with the weaponry. And one last thing I wanted to look at too is the shield. Shield 19,050. So yeah, it did have additional shield components in there to bring it up to that number. So that's a pretty decent shield. Anyway, again, the Sidewinder Mk III Elite Dangerous by NiWi-AlexM. Very cool looking ship. Love the block work and the shape and the design, and you really packed a lot in there too, which is really cool. Nice and detailed. So the next creation here, this is a Star Citizen ship here. This is the Aurora Light Fighter by Barefoot Hillbilly, and yeah, cool ship. I've seen this ship quite a few times, especially when I was really following Star Citizen. It was one of the first ships in the game, I do believe. It's a very cool looking design there. I know there's some things you just can't pull off. Like I believe the ship has like a circular door that opens up different, but there's no solution in Empyrion to try to pull that off. But yeah, this looks really accurate though. It looks really well done with its block work and proportions and dimensions and all the little details and stuff too. Like what's going on up here, that looks really nice. That's a nice looking thin block work there. It kind of makes that pattern, but it's really, yeah, it's just set up nicely. I like the matching stripes on the bottom there too. And cool looking LC. Oh yeah, I got a red and a green on either side, like texture lights over there on the corners of those kind of wing areas there. That's cool. It's a pretty small ship. This is just a SV. Yeah, nicely detailed. I apologize again for the darkness. I wish I could do something about that. I guess I probably won't pick another alien planet for to show one of these. Be better off in a brighter atmosphere, I guess you could say. But you can still see a lot of the detail here. I could get out the light, but that usually kind of washes things out and makes it look not as good. Yeah, nice looking ship here. And we got some weaponry on here too, a couple miniguns, and it looks like some type of turret. Maybe that's a laser turret there. Yeah, a little bit here just to get an overall idea of what this is going to look like in the daytime. Yeah, nice looking blockworks, clean. Everything is nicely detailed. So let's get inside this guy here and see what's going on. Oh, I love that. Got a passenger seat back over here. Some looks like O2 and an armor locker on the side. Some container controllers back over there. A constructor built in the wall. That looks really nice. Kind of right in there. Everything's being used here. A couple fridges over here too. And then it's like right onto the cockpit. Yeah, it's nice. I mean, this is this is really cool. It's kind of accurately done. It looks like we have some room. You could probably add in like a trauma center there, or other parts on either side on the walls there if you wanted to as well. Yeah, very nice. Very nice. Nice looking interior. Like these kind of framing blocks over here on the sides there too. That's just a nice little touch. And then we got a door over here too. What's behind here? Access to the warp drive. Nice. So we got a warp drive in here too. Very cool. Well, anyway, I definitely like it. The same author put out another ship from Star Citizen 2. I kind of have a rule where I only like pick one creation from one author a week, so I ended up picking this one, but maybe in a future week here I might take a look at that other Star Citizen ship made by the same author as well. This is very nicely done though. I definitely like it. And we got the detector up there. So anyway, let's look at some stats here. So unlock level 15, so that's not even maxing that out. Hour and 49-minute build time, pretty low there. It does use a bit of Esrim and Zekosium, not too much at all though. Something you could probably easily find looting a couple POIs even on your starter planet. So 34 MS forward, 20 strafing, 36 lift, 18 reverse, and 12 down. Roll's pretty decent, 54, and then we got 36 and 25 on pitch and yaw. CPU wise, very light on CPU. So 25,000 is what it could be to, and it's only using 18,674 of that, which is not bad at all. So yeah, pretty low tier level on creations here too. Let's take a look at the storage here. So it looks wow. Keep in mind this is a oh wait, I'm looking at the wrong ship. I was like, this has 96K storage, really? No, I didn't think it would. So we've got an Anvil controller at 10,500, and then we got another container controller at another 10,000, a little more than that on both of those, and 2 fridges. So yeah, it's just kind of like, it is what it is. It's a nice looking recreation of a ship in Star Citizen, and it functions, looks like it would function perfectly fine, and around the same class range that you would expect it to be in Star Citizen. It was a lower end ship in Star Citizen as well, so it's definitely, it doesn't have a huge amount of weaponry. It's not terribly expensive, but it's a good looking get around ship, and I really love the glass cockpit here. Nice idea too, with painting the side glass pieces mixed in with some block work differently than the front glass pieces. It's kind of a neat look. It kind of looks like they're 2 separate things, like this is a part and that's a part kind of thing. So anyway, very nice creation. Aurora Light Fighter by Barefoot Hillbilly. Very nice. So the next creation here is quite a bit larger than these last 2. This is the ISS Victus Mk II modular carrier for Reforged Eden, and this is a pretty big ship here. Very interesting looking ship. Yeah, it kind of looks quite spacey. Kind of that round setup here, and it's got a lot of detail and things going on here too. Kind of interesting looking mechanics here. Like this almost kind of looks like it could be some kind of weaponry. But then you walk it. Oh no, that'd be a dock. That's not a weapon. That's like a place. That's a modular carrier. So this is a module bay, isn't it? I think that is. That is one of the coolest looking module bays I've ever seen. Yeah, at least the ones that I do are pretty much just cut out rectangles. Where this is quite a bit more evolved than that. That is really cool. I like the mechanics here too, on how that kind of looks like it would sort of work. And be supported correctly on the ship and things like that. So that is very cool. And it looks like we got another module bay over here. Yeah, interesting looking module bays. This one's a little different than that one, but they kind of fit together. Very nice. Color scheme on this one's a bit unusual too. It's kind of got the gray and black thing going on, but then it also has the orange in here. And I think honestly, because of the lighting, it appears green when it's not. So I don't think there's actually any green on this ship. It's just probably your lighter gray, your darker gray, and then your accent color, and of course texture light colors and all the other stuff that goes with that. Looks like over here we've got quite a lot of solar panels here too. I've been noticing that are kind of embedded in on the hull, which is kind of like part of the hull design, which is really cool to see. It's tough to deal with solar panels on a lot of CVs, as they would look out of place. But in this ship, the way it's configured and everything, they're actually part of the decor of the ship. That's really cool how these 2 solar panels are placed on the ship too, where these connecting pieces here kind of line up and connect. I don't know, it looks like one big part again, and it would mount up correctly. So that is very cool. I like that idea with the solar panels kind of wrapping around like that. There's just loads of other detail in places too. And this is another module bay up here too. Yeah, at first I was like thinking that those were like guns or something, but no, that's all modules. We got a big hangar in there, and then it looks like a pretty interesting looking landing group of landing pads over on the top, kind of with this roundish framework there. That's very cool. We got an elevator that looks like it's going to go down in between both of those. And looks like we've got another module bay out the back here. And again, you know, for module bay design, that is pretty cool. I mean, honestly, that's just different. It's a totally different way of thinking about how modules dock. I definitely like that. And another one back over here. So a lot of module bays on here, but then again, you know, it's right in the name of the ship. It is a module carrier. So looks like we've got some serious upgrade potential over here too. So we got some places to stick in some XL thrusters. When you have a lot of modules, the modules could be storage based or something like that. They could weigh a lot if they have a lot of storage in there, plus whatever the main ship does. So when you deal with a module carrier like this, especially forward thrust, upgradability is probably key. If you can dock all these heavy modules on here and upgrade the thrust so you can try to hit max speed in space, that would be definitely a good thing. It looks like the author has thought of that for sure by having upgrade ports for some XL thrusters on the back, which is a really good idea on this kind of ship. Wow. So yeah, there's just a lot to see here. It's detailed throughout. I love these big ring patterns, and the whole kind of ship kind of has that roundish look to it. But there's so many you know, accents and other pieces attached to that, and then it does change quite a bit on the bottom, but it still follows that that roundish area, and just really packing a lot of detail in here too. I mean, just look at all the surface detail just coming around this area here. Quite a lot there. Very nice. I like to see the detail. I really do. I mean, you've got the detail doesn't help you with gameplay or anything like that, but it can certainly make a creation look nicer. Well, anyway, let's get in this guy here in a minute. I would normally I would go to nighttime, but it's so dark anyway that I don't think it's going to help. Probably just make everything look exceptionally extra dark. So I'll just kind of go through it at the same lighting that's on the outside right now. That's partially my fault for picking this planet, so sorry about that. Yeah, I like this setup here. I like this repair. So it kind of looks like this is maybe meant for a repair bay right there, and you would remove that block and pop in a the actual bay. Let me open this up a minute. See where. Oh wow. Oh no, it's got the console in place already. Check that out. That's cool. I like that. I like this little alcove here, and how that looks. And yeah, with the use of decals in here too, that looks pretty neat. I gotta say, it's kind of like an accent color rather than a bunch of caution tape. You know, it looks good together. And then you got the silver and the darker grays or blacks in there as well. And we got a lot of scaffoldings going all over to the side here. Pretty interesting there. And a lot of texture work done on the ceiling. It's a fairly flat ceiling, at least in this area, but there's a lot of texturing going on there. Kind of is doing a pattern of looks like 3 different textures in there. That's cool. You get a lot of lines and things like that in there. It looks definitely more detailed that way. And then there's a center area that kind of goes through the middle of the ship here. Looks like that's another whole floor there. Quite a lot of hangar space in here too. And let's just see where this goes. This no, I wasn't sure if this was going to go down to the ground, but no, this goes to like a I don't know, like a control room or something that would overlook parts of the outside of the ship over here. Oh, that's cool. And then we got our big blast door that we've seen from the bottom of the ship that would, I'm sure, open up to let you in with creations from the bottom side. Probably some SVs or small CVs there. But it's got a lot of ground clearance in this area too, so it wouldn't be hard to fit anything flying up and under and up into the hangar area. Cool looking cranes. Like to see those cranes and the boxes on there and the kind of the. Doesn't look like they're necessarily on tracks this time, but that is cool. That is cool. Just some added detail. I like the thin block layer around this area here too. with some supports blocks below it. That's a nice touch there too. All right, so let's head up in here somewhere. So over on this side, this is really detailed. So it looks like we got some passenger seats and some utility functions in this room over here. And yeah, look at the blockwork on this room. That is pretty crazy. I mean, these are CV blocks, so they're giant, and it's only 2 blocks tall, and you don't have a lot of things you can do with that. But the author really went out of their way to really smack in as much detail as they really could with the walls and the polygons and things like that. That is cool. Looks nice. So then we go across here. It looks like we're getting into the center section that kind of goes across the ship that we've seen from the bottom. So let's go this way first. So we're heading towards the bridge, the bow armory, and the bow docking ring. The hangar obviously would be below. Oh wow, look at this. Like those windows there, seeing some thrusters and just a lot of stuff to see in there. A lot of techie stuff. There's probably some real parts beyond thrusters in there too. But yeah, that's cool. I like the like how that looks. Just a lot of busy in there with the texture lights and everything. Maintenance area down over here, or maybe in the room here. Let's go this way. Yeah, kind of more going through. That's a nice looking room too. Hey, all these rooms look nice. So here we got some cargo boxes, another elevator, a couple more doors going off either side. Armor repair, armor locker, O2 med bay. Wow. Okay, this must be going to a module bay. I didn't expect the hallway where I was to be this long. It's got to be a module bay. Yep, it is. So yeah, that's kind of cool. So all these module bays kind of connect. They got the long hallways. That is pretty cool. Interesting way to do that. So yeah, that would be going to the other module bay. Let's head out this way. It looks like we're getting into the bridge area. This looks sharp. I love this balcony going across here in the kind of multi floored or layered floor, and cool looking decoration over here too, kind of a planetary chart or some kind of hologram information thing. A lot of consoles along the sides. Again, love this kind of mezzanine balcony kind of walking around here. And then it looks like we get to a teleporter over here. No, that's not a teleporter. Duh. That's just deco. My bad. This part really ought to do something. It'd be kind of neat. Maybe it could be like, I don't know, some kind of navigation part in the game. So you could plot a course to a planet that you want to go to, and your ship would follow that course. That'd be kind of neat. This is cool here. So here's our main bridge. So it's actually on the bottom side, so that you just kind of walk on through here, and then you've got another floor below for more crew members and more people operating ship systems and consoles and things like that. And nice view for the pilot too. You got you can kind of see down and up a little bit. Cool looking glasswork here. Yeah, very nice. Very nice. Yeah, it looks neat kind of from the outside looking in too. That's another factor there. So what do we got over here? It's like maintenance area. Oh, okay, so kind of a way to get in and out of the bridge quickly. Kind of sneaky too. I didn't see it on the outside. So it looks like we've probably got one of those on either side. Yep. So yeah, you don't have to be too far away. Well, you can basically hop in here fairly quickly. Just seeing if there's any other sneaky little doors or anything like that in here. Looks like just those two, which is plenty fine. So, okay, so we've been through here. Let's take this elevator. Oh, yeah, if it's long like this, I have a feeling it's going to go to that upper module bay. I bet. Off the front. Yeah, that's going there. Makes sense. Yeah, interesting way on the module bays. I kind of like the idea because they're kind of, well, I mean, the way they're done, they still take up some space, but they didn't necessarily have to. But it looks really cool that they do. But you can kind of stick them wherever you want. You don't have to carve out like giant rectangles in your creation to fit a module. Oh, this is really cool. Didn't even notice all the decals and well, I would say the LCDs and this going along the sides here. It's almost like you're walking through a shopping mall all of a sudden. But they're actually telling you what the rooms are. So we got a ready room over here. That's cool. Let me go down a floor here and check out the ready room. Wow, that's interesting. Oh, okay. So no, I was already there. Okay. I just didn't see the signs. I wasn't up on this level, and you don't really see them from down here. Got to be up on this area. That's a neat touch. I love that. It's I don't know if I've seen anything that was quite like that. Big signs too, not just like little decals or little LCDs. I mean, big areas here. So we got a library and a lounge over here. So what is up with that? Oh wow, yeah, check it out. And different decor and texturing in this room here. You got some wallpaper and some green carpet in here. Very cool. Again, a lot of texture fluctuation and detail on the ceiling in here. Toilets. And then yeah, we've got our eating place over here. So that was kind of like the lounge area. This is kind of a place to chill and have some food and things like that. Different color carpet in here again. Different wallpaper design again. Bookshelves, wood grain. Yeah, I like that diversity in here. So that was that. And we got a captain's cabin. Ooh. Captain lives in style. Got the big couch. The fridge. Got even a little wet bar over there. TV. Looks like we got a shower and probably toilet. This is back out to the hall. Like that sunken kitchen counter cabinet area. Oh yeah, check this out. They even got this space here. Oh, the bed's up on a mezzanine with another television. And a little work desk there. Check all your ship logs and emails and things like that. Very nice. That's cool. So what's on the other side here? It is the cryo room. Oh yeah, look at that. Whole lot of cryo stuff. So yeah, kind of almost like a long range. I won't say necessarily that has to be generational, but ship that would probably take a long time to get, to another star system somewhere. And it does kind of remind me of what you would see in Avatar on that ship where they went to Pandora with a little bit too. So I can see the need for the cryo and stuff like that. You can put people to sleep for a long time, wake them up when you get there. Because it could take many years or more, depending on where they're going. So over here we got a medical bay. I love the signage going along the side here, and the backing colors too in this case, and with the fluctuation. That's really cool. That is really cool. So in the medical bay, oh okay, so we got our some medical beds over there for the sick. Looks like we got some of the specialized equipment in this part, and the rest of it on the other side over here. Very cool. Yeah, and I don't see wallpaper textures used very much in builds, but this one does it, and it's kind of cool. And it kind of, it did them all in gray, so they kind of match, and they don't like stick out too much in this area at least. But yeah, quite a lot of different uses of different textures in the game here. Create some diversity between different areas of the ship. So nice, cool looking medical bay. And we got the teleporter over here. Oh yeah, check that out. It's got its own like teleporter room behind the glass there. That's really cool. A lot of detail in this room here too again. just, you know, the blocks used, they got a lot of polygons on those particular blocks, and that looks pretty cool when they're textured with something that can fit them reasonably well. Wow, and we still got, wow, okay, so engineering, aft armory, aft docking ring, and of course the hangar below again. Maintenance area. It's almost like deja vu, like I've been here before, but I think there's another room like this on the other side over there. And this is out to a module bay. And this, yeah, just keeps on going here. Wow. Okay, so now I think we made it to engineering here. Oh, that looks cool. Look at all the stuff going on here. We got some big generators up in this section here. Well, actually, a little generator in that one. Looks like that's another upgrade potential there. Turn the little one into a big one. And our warp drive. That looks really cool. Nice display on that. And the shield right above there. I like, again, the catwalk or the mezzanine kind of walking through here. And we got kind of a rear control station area. Looks like a fuel room over here. Nice, kind of sectioned off with some arbor glass and to probably prevent chain reaction damage. And then we got some staircases going down here too. Ooh. That's a little deceiving. Oh, okay, so the staircase goes to the ladder there. It's like, oh, you're gonna fall. That's pretty cool. Looks like, oh yeah, more locations to add additional generators in here too. You know, if you add all those XL thrusters on the back, I could see it too, because you, of course, need more power generation as well. And our Pentaxi tank is displayed over there. Got looks like an oxygen room over here, and another one on the other side there. Yeah, it's really cool. A lot of attention to detail. Yeah, and this like random orange part here, which is kind of cool. I like that. Same thing going on over here. Kind of got a little bit of that orange, which is kind of the accent color on the outside. And let's go to the top of this. Oh yeah, so we got a second layer above here where you can get closer access to the shield, and some other stuff going on here too. Just some interesting stuff. Yeah, and this can yeah, I like the fact that it's nice and upgradable too, especially with the forward thrust and generators and things like that. There's probably some other upgrade options, I'm sure. And of course, if you're modding, you've got a lot of room here. You could add in a lot of stuff if you really wanted to. Parts that cost CPU, I mean. Yeah, very nice. So I think that is all of the interior on here. Hopefully, I might have missed something, and don't shoot me if I miss something. Some of these ships do get pretty big. There's a lot to go through, and if you don't know the ship, it's kind of like walking through some large building you don't know, and it's highly possible you miss some things in it. But very, very cool ship. Let's take a look at some specs here. Obviously, it's got a lot of module bays, so keep in mind that I would have to investigate to see what modules are for this. So CPU-wise, it is a Core 9, and it's not using all of it. You got some extra CPU left over, a little over 100,000. Unlock, or size class 24, unlock level 25. Stock, it moves pretty good forward, but obviously it's got a lot of room for upgrading, especially this stat here. Strafing's not going to be super important on this kind of ship. Lift could be, depending. 36 reverse, 36 up strafing, 26 hour and 32 minute build time. It's got some pretty limited weaponry on it. Again, it's a module carrier, not really intended for much in combat, but it does have some drone defense on here. So you've got 8 flak turrets and one sentry gun. But the flak turrets would basically, it's a pretty good turret to deal with drones with. So I think they're probably placed around the ship to cover it from drone attacks. Let's take a look at some storage on here. And so we got the ship magazine at 320K. Everything's nicely color coded over here too. Then we got another, that's a box on that one. Weapon storage. I like how everything's labeled. Repair station bow. Equipment out. It may not have a lot of default storage in here because it's a module carrier, and you'd add the storage with the modules. So it does have some. Nice 320 over there, but other than that, not a huge amount of internal storage. It does have boxes, and everything's nicely labeled and everything too. The only thing I was looking for here, ship magazine. This, I gotta assume that would be the ammo storage. I was just looking for it to say ammo somewhere, but I'm not seeing that. But yeah, that would make sense. So basically 320K ammo storage, and then use the modules. Not only can you use the modules, but you can also dock some SVs or different creations or small CVs on these top hangar areas. So very cool looking creation, nicely done. I like your concept ideas with the module bays. Kind of a kind of a lightweight design, but these really cool extension arms just kind of really send that out there. Of course, you could have probably fit those in with less blocks, but that looks really neat. I like the way you did it, and it keeps them away from the hull of the ship too. It'd probably look pretty big with a bunch of modules parked on the sides there too. Pretty cool looking. So again, this is the ISS Victus Mk II modular carrier for Reforged Eden. And oh my god, I don't have the author's name in my list. I'm so sorry. The author name is Wraith85. Sorry about that. How did I must have not copied that in there. Oh, I'm sorry about that. But this is by Wraith85. Very cool looking creation. So next here is something else I just kind of noticed on new releases here. This is the Magellan Heavy Cruiser by Gorn the Invictus. And it kind of, at first, things kind of gave me a little bit of that Star Trek vibe with the kind of like the saucer section and the cells back there. But it's a little different than that, too. It's not really a Star Trek design, but it has some characteristics of it. But this, yeah, cool looking block shaping here. I like this this setup over here and how the saucer portion is connecting to the back of it, and then you've got like the four big nacelle type thruster setups here, which is really cool. And the red and gray look here. I like the lines in this section over here and around quite a few areas. I like the red accents. It kind of sets it off a little bit. Nice looking nameplate there, I guess you could say. And we got a big hangar right in the center area here coming down. This is pretty thick too. There's quite a lot of room in there. Yeah, I like these kind of texture light pipe beams going from the back to the front there. That's pretty cool. We got some more color fluctuations and detail stuff added on the bottom side here too. And again, this looks really neat with the cut-ins on these kind of extension arms going to the nacelles. We got some turrets on the back here. Kind of a cool looking turret setup layout there. Yeah, nice. Pretty big ship, I gotta say. Yeah, no, that front area too. This is pretty bulky there. I'm have to see what's inside of here. It looks like it's gonna have a lot of space. So let me find a way in. I know, wow, obviously there was a way through the hangar door. I was just kind of checking out the bottom here to see if there was a sneaky way in. Oh, look at that. Is that that's an artillery right there, isn't it? Interesting. Well, probably missing it. I'm probably missing something here. I'm sure I am. Just, what about these side things? So, the side to cell things are way up in there. I'll tell you what, I'll backtrack. I'll come in through here, and then I'll try to find a way out of the ship from different locations from the interior here. So as soon as you come in, you got a pretty big open area here. This would be the repair bay, plus some additional parking for probably some SVs in this area, or again, pretty small CVs. And up in here, a lot of passenger seats. Looks like we got our repair console, I believe, for that repair bay over there. Oh, we got interesting layout here of, I see the blast doors in the background there. That is interesting. Probably shouldn't open that up manually. There's probably something else, some mechanism that does that. But that is kind of like an interior, what would you call that? I keep on thinking firewall, but that's not the right term. Real ships have this, yeah, bulkheads kind of thing. That is pretty cool. Here, I'll close you back down again there. There's probably a switch somewhere that operates that. Maybe it has a battle mode or something that would close those doors to reinforce the hull, not let things fly through. So out this way, we've got the engineering and the bridge. Cool looking hallway. I like the use of the pipe with the texture lights across the ceiling there, and the angles on the sides here. A lot of lights on the floor here too. It looks like we're getting into a production area here. Nicely laid out. So we got the cargo controllers. Some of the extensions are visible, but yeah, it's this texture. I've tried this texture many times. I never actually got it to work or blend in with anything I was doing, but the way it's colored here, that actually looks pretty nice. I kind of like that. That would look really neat in the right setting there, like it does here. So yeah, that's cool. So a lot of storage bays, and then a couple advanced constructors on the back. Oh, check this out. Project Magellan, dedicated to these builders: Jarvis 1563, Niagara Warrior, and Semp. That's cool. I like how this kind of plaque looks with the texture in the background with the glass over it. That kind of has a pretty cool look to it. It's simplistic, but it's nice. It's clean. That background texture really sets it off, I think. And we got an elevator going there. Let me just keep on staying on this floor for now. And oh, it looks like we've got another another bay over here. I missed this one. Guess I didn't fly all the way up here, did I? So yeah, second bay there. So let's go see what the elevator goes up. Elevator goes up. Let's go to this next. Oops. I think I hit a wrong button. No, I didn't. Enter code. Oh. Whoa, no, stop asking me for a code. Here, I'm gonna fly through you. Whoa. Whoa, I'm confused now. I just stepped into the Twilight Zone. What's going on, guys? Okay, so maybe this is a super secret area to put a part or something behind a door with a code. I don't know what the code is. I guess I could try 000, but it doesn't accept that. But I'm not sure what that is. That's interesting, though. Let's go up to the top here. Okay. And this is right up to the bridge. Nice. So we got some passenger seats, the pilot seat, and pretty nice visibility, kind of overlooking the front of the ship here. And maybe this isn't the only bridge either. It's just there is a bridge here, and that's pretty slick there. Nope, don't ask me for a code. I didn't actually touch on that. It looks like anytime you pass by, it automatically prompts you for a code for that room there. All right, so on the back here, I didn't think there was any other ways off from here, so let's move forward a little bit. I can. And how about let's go down. Oh yeah, that's a new area. So yeah, cool looking hallway there. And looks like we got our teleporter right over here. And looks like a medical bay here. Quite a lot of these guys here. You could heal and clone three people at the same time here. Just if the author doesn't know, with these do the functionality of the clone chambers. These are kind of like a lower level version of these guys in a lot of regards. But you know, I have heard some things that there is a function that the actual clone chamber does that these don't. I would have to investigate that more though. That's pretty cool there. So, oh yeah, and we got a farm section over here. So 36 grow plots, a lot of fridges, a lot of food processors in this area. And it looks like crew room over here. Shower, toilet. Nice. You can pick what color bed you want. You got like that's interesting. You got like your four. It's almost like Lego colors right there for your bedding. So whatever color you're in the mood for that night. That's cool. So over here it looks like we've got armor repair and a bunch of armor lockers, some storage. O2. Very cool. And we got another elevator there. And what are we looking at here? So we're walking around the warp core. Let me just, one other thing I just wanted to, wrong code. Oh. I'm going to just change the glass here. If the author didn't know it, if you want to make something like this visible, more visible through these windows that typically are tinted by stock, you can get out the multi-tool. And then go to change and rotate, and then if you click on that glass, it kind of inverts the glass. Let me get the light on. I'll show you real quick. So you can make it more clear, so you can see through those windows better. Or if you wanted some windows tinted, like on the outside versus the inside or something like that, you can manipulate both the heavy glass and the other type of glass in the game, so you can make these things brighter so you can kind of see through them more. Only if you wanted to. I mean, it's purely optional, and maybe you already know that. I just thought I'd throw that out there. I like the generator mount here, and then it looks like our warp drives right there, second generator, CPU core blocks, and it looks like we got some more CPU core blocks in this room area here. Nice. Our main core is right here. Let's take this elevator. This might be a lot of upgrade areas here. Maybe places to put in some additional blocks or things like that. Additional parts. And I think, well, I don't know. Where am I in relation to the ship here? There's a lot of like rooms, hidden chambers here. I'm gonna fly through the hall just a little bit to see what else is going on. And okay, so we've been in there. That's where the generators are. And it looks like we got a ton of armor and things on the front side. We got some generators here. Those are the ones we've seen from the room. We got some decoy generators off to the sides. Blast door again in this area. I think we've seen that. Yep, from up in this floor. So yeah, it kind of looks like it's set up for some combat, some brute force, a lot of thickness and strength on the front here. Gravity generator in some of these rooms, yeah, quite a few areas. So we kind of walked through a lot of this area, I think. I think that was all of it. Yeah, seen this room, yep, the multicolored beds over there. Very cool. So let's take a look at some specs here. So we are size class 9, unlock level 25, 36 hour and 16 minute build time. It does have 36 grow plots in there. It's going to use a good fair amount of estrium and zirconium, but it, you know, with a combat-oriented ship and things like that. Quite a lot of weaponry on here. You got 2 artillery turrets, 10 plasma turrets, 10 flak, 10 minigun, detector. I'm wondering if I'm looking at this. No, it actually didn't say, did it? I was just curious if it said if this was for Reforged Eden or vanilla. I could have got this wrong. This could be a vanilla creation, and I'm showing all these in Reforged Eden right now. So that is, here, let me look at the CPU. Yeah, that's probably the case, I think. It probably had 4 advanced CPU cores in here, which would have given it 10 million CPU in vanilla. And then also these stats here would be higher. The strafing, all your thrust speeds would be higher as well. So keep that in mind. Sorry about that. I wasn't sure. I don't think if this was vanilla or Reforged Eden, but all the other creations I had today were kind of for Reforged Eden, so I threw it in there. So anyway, very, very cool ship. Like the shape and the design. It's got quite a lot of room in it, a lot of hangar space, a lot of utility function, things like that. You know, one other thing I want to look at though is storage. So the Magellan here. So we've got, looks like a container controller. All these 320s. Looks that way. Looks like we got 6 320K container controllers. I was looking for an ammo box. Is one of these ammo? Fridges. Don't necessarily see an ammo controller in here unless just one of these is says it's a container controller when it's really ammo. It's possible. Definitely possible. But yeah, anyway, very cool creation here. Again, this is the Magellan Heavy Cruiser by Gorn the Invictus. Very cool. So next one here is much smaller. This one, pretty peculiar looking creation. So this here is called the Spider Attack by NiWi-AlexM. And I thought this looked kind of neat. I seen the screenshot for it in the new releases area, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. I like how the legs were done on here for the spider, using that decal part and antennas to make up these legs for the most part, plus some block work in between that. And really nice touch here where you got like this one like leg off here, and this other one's raised up at a different angle on the other side. I thought that was really cool too. It kind of looks like it's in motion, like it's moving, or those arms are actually moving. Same thing going on with the side ones here. You got like one that's lifted up and the other 2 are down. Yeah, nice little touch there. Interesting landing gear over here on the back side too. Looks like you could kind of back into a certain creation and kind of park it like that, which is really cool. And yeah, this does have some weaponry on it too. You got your cockpit right up front here. Let me get the lights on here real quick too. Oh, it's purple. No, that's cool. I don't mind that. I made a blunder a while back. I was like, yeah, I've never done a purple creation. Then someone's like, what are the Creel? I'm like, oh yeah, except those. No, that's cool. I like the 2-color design here too, with the purple and the orange. And there's probably some other colors in here too. That's neat. I just on the artistic sense here, I thought this was really, really cool to see, and really nicely done legs. I mean, for a spider. I mean, doing a spider with the voxel blocks isn't the easiest thing you can do. More than likely, your legs are probably going to look too accurate to a spider, but this is a really neat way to do it. And obviously, this is a mechanical thing, so it's not trying to be like organic looking, but that's just really cool. There is some kind of really weird tree cutting machine I've seen in some random documentary video in the past that had some form of like spider-like legs on how it walked through the forest, because it didn't want to like run over the forest with tracks and mess up the ground and everything. So it kind of walks and then it chops trees down. And this sort of reminded me of that a little bit when I seen it too, because it is like a mechanical thing. That is really cool. Just I like the art direction on this, and the experimenting and actually pulling off something that would be considered quite complicated to make in a voxel game, and that being like a spider with like moving legs and, well, not moving, but kind of simulated moving legs and stuff like that. That's really cool. So let's take a look at some numbers here. This doesn't have an inside to it, so there's nothing to walk through there, but this is really inexpensive too. 38 minutes and 38 second build time. Pretty quick too. 44 ms forward, a lot of roll to it, y'all, a lot of pitch. Got some strafing, 13 strafing, 26 down, 26 lift, 2 fuel tanks. Unlock level is only 12 as well, so that is not bad at all. I was looking at the resources. Does not require anything crazy whatsoever. No estrium, no zirconium, just a little bit of neo, which I think is pretty typical for that of SVs, with their thrusters even. So yeah, just it's a pretty stylish way to get around. I would say I don't necessarily see like a huge amount of function on here or weapons or anything like that, but it's really cool, and it's inexpensive, and it's a pretty interesting way to get around. Let's just take a look at its CPU as well. Look at that. Yeah, that's really low on CPU usage too. So like tier 1, I do believe, creation there. Yeah, that is cool. Let me just see one last thing. You do have it does. Well, hold on, I missed it. So it has an ammo controller at 2500. So that means it's got a weapon on here. Let me look at the stats again. What? Oh God, you got a lot of weapons on you. I'm blind. So 3 rocket launchers and 4 Gatling guns and a detector. Where are you? Oh, there they are. They're retracted and sitting back. Okay. I didn't see that before. Just sort of look right over that. So yeah, no, never mind. It's got weapons too. So now you can also blast things. There's your cargo controller right there, or the ammo controller. Yeah, that's cool. So it's got a little more than meets the eye going on there. I just did not see the weapons. I guess I was just kind of trained to look for like some 3x3 turrets here and there, but no, it's got some weapons, but they're kind of hidden away in there, and they're in present form at least retracted. Let me get those out. Yeah, look at that. The 4 miniguns there. That's cool. Anyway, again, this is a Spider Attack by NiWi-AlexM. I thought it was just a kind of a interesting looking creation. So the last creation here is something pretty funky as well, and this is the Harpy by El Presidente, and this is an unusual looking craft here. I gotta say, it looks cool. I'm just trying to. It's like I'm trying to identify what this is. It looks like it's a combat-oriented vehicle. It's got a decent amount of weaponry on it, quite a few turrets and other things. But I can't say I've seen anything really that vaguely resembles this on the workshop. It's kind of vertical, and it's got kind of legs and stuff, and it's got like a head. And oh, look at that! You sit up here. That is really cool. More weaponry up around that area too. Well, I tell you what, you could kind of like sit up above the tree line and see what's going on with this one if you were parked on the ground. That is. Yeah, wow, that is pretty wild. I like the I like a lot of the cosmetics on here too. The thruster areas, or all the block work around the thrusters. Got a lot of strafing thrust on here. Looks like a lot of lift thrust as well. I'd say just a lot of thrust in general. not necessarily for one direction or another. And I think I got this wrong too. This is a HV, isn't it? No, it's not. It is a small small vessel. Okay. I wanted to double check. So I was looking at all these thrusters here, but it must have down thrust. Oh, it does. Yeah, right there. And then of course, yeah, I had the lift thrust too. Duh. Yeah, very very interesting looking creation there. Very, very cool. Kind of looks like you could just kind of like hide away in a tree line somewhere and kind of like browse up over some trees and smack some things that were unsuspecting. So this is so we got oxygen up here too. Looks like you got a bit of a climb to get to the bridge here, but with these angled surfaces, it looks like you should be able to just pop right up into there. Yeah, that is really cool. That's it's so unique. This is just goes for a unique looking creation. I never seriously seen a SV look anything like this, or even a HV or a CV or even a base. I mean, it is very very different, very cool. Yeah, quite a lot of guns on here too. So it kind of looks like it would be pretty menacing. Let's take a look at some specs here. So unlock level 20, got 46 forward, 20. Wow, with all those thrusters, it's still only doing 28 strafing. This must be built out of a pretty heavy material, I would guess. I thought it was going to have way more strafing than that. There's a lot of strafing thrusters there. So 16 reverse, 28 strafing, 17 down, 33 lift. It's not maxing out a SV or Core 9 build, so it's below that. I believe 60,000, if I got that right, or maybe it's 53,000 is a Core 9. But it's only using 41,528 CPU. Let's see what kind of storage you have. 6,000 ammo storage, and then you got a fridge in there as well. Yeah, that's really cool. Unique, but it looks kind of fun. It looks like you could freak some people out with this coming in. Like, what in the heck is that? You can just say it's a harpy. Again, really cool, very creative design there. Definitely like that. It probably looks like it would work pretty well too. Yeah, that elevated stance that you sit way up here, that'd be kind of neat for a lot of things too. So anyway, very cool. The Harpy by El Presidente. So the last thing I wanted to show here is, I think I got it hidden away up to the side over here somewhere. This is my very bizarre concoction that I've been working on for this challenge, and it's pretty unusual, I'll say. So those test chassis I was showing on the last couple of videos, this is kind of what became of those test chassis. And this was like playing with a lot of the numbers and the thrust and this, that, and the other thing, and trying to figure out what I could get on the ship, and some great tips about how to do the shield a little bit better, get more out of it for the same CPU basically. So this is kind of, I wouldn't say this is finalized, but this is just sort of the ballpark of what I'm shooting at here. And if you notice, there's kind of a lot of turrets on here for a Core 2 build, plus 2 of these laser cannons. But at the end of the day, it fits within the CPU. So I got about a little over 9,000 CPU left over. Yeah, and I could mix and match some things. All these turrets are these cheap missile turrets. Now, it was also suggested to use bolter turrets probably a little more effective at helping reduce the shield. I thought about that, but I guess because I'm running these laser cannons, I'm kind of looking at this as its main shield thing, and what I wanted more than that was to be able to do some kind of hull damage. So after the shields are down, I figured the missile turrets would do a better job damaging the hull of the ship, and that's kind of what I was looking at. And the reason why this design is so funky, I had a completely different setup on the last time I showed this, but it was too heavy. It was just too heavy. So what I did is a lot of this block work over here, in fact most of it on the ship, short of some blocks right around the inside of the center here, are all carbon substrate to keep it lightweight. And what I was trying to do on this one is to have a little bit of space between the turrets, but not use big, heavy, expensive blocks to create something harder to move around with limited thrust. And then I realized on the last time too, I had that artillery cannon in there. That's very expensive on CPU. And I didn't like the fact that you couldn't fire the artillery cannon at the same time as the laser cannon, so I scrapped that and I used that CPU for additional turrets. So it actually took it up to 10 of these missile turrets. They're all the cheap ones. They're all the really, they don't hit as good as a regular rocket launcher turret, things like that. But there's a lot of them. They all got hit points. All these up front here are kind of a distraction for the AI. Hopefully they would shoot these kinds of things. And this is kind of taking the approach that I did a little bit with the MCRN Scorpion tank. Has a little bit of a similar approach with trying to have a really lightweight, like these turrets are all screaming, shoot me, which is cool. But you still have some more back over here. And then you've got means to take down a shield with the laser cannons. As in its motion specs and things like that. With this lighter weight design, it is faster. So I'm so far able to do max speed in space. It's got a little bit of leeway there, but I figure by the time you load this up with ammo, it's going to slow that down quite a bit. Plus the interior is not in place yet, but I don't expect it to add a lot of weight to the creation. Some though. Got the strafing up to 30. I did double up the strafing thrusters from the last time. Actually, it's got 2 of those 1x2 thrusters for strafing rather than 1 that I had on the last design. So that keeps all these numbers currently at 30. But keep in mind, all these numbers are going to drop a little bit, but hopefully not a lot anymore, because all the general block work is in place and the main parts of the ship are in place, short of ammo storage. It does not have any of that in there yet. And then it does have a way in to get into the ship over on the top here, really close to where the cockpit would be. As you can see, this is not laid out on the inside yet. I just worked on the hull basically. And it does have another way in on the bottom. There's a sneaky little door over here to let you up on one side here. So and don't mind how I got the floor cut out with a shield. It's got room. I haven't got to the interior yet, so it's just kind of a placeholder part right now. All these parts in here are placeholder parts. It's got enough power. It's got it does have that extra. It does have a standard shield plus 1 shield component here to bring that shield up to what are we at? 9,400. It went up by a little bit from 9,300 because simply because it has less of the launcher turrets on it, or launchers. It's lacking that 1 artillery gun, so the shield's 50 points higher, basically. And that's kind of where it's at. It flies a little bit better than the other design. It's actually got more weapons on here, but they're all cheap. They're pretty all cheap weapons. But it fits. It's a unique design. By looking at this, you could probably assume it could end up being a Creel creation. I'm thinking about that. I'm just not sure if I want to go Creel Elder or Creel Regular, or should I just do a one-off and just do something completely unique and not have it like a faction thing. It doesn't even necessarily look like a Creel creation either. It's kind of a weird design. It doesn't really look like necessarily any of the factions that I've done so far. But Creel would probably be the closest due to its exotic shape and things like that. But anyway, I just wanted to show you that where I was at, and I got the numbers worked out. This is probably, once I get throw some ammo storage in there, I could probably actually take this for a run and test it out. Well, I'd want to fix up some blocks I got on the bottom there too, stuff like that. But it's a pretty flimsy design, but it's this point is trying to stay lightweight so it would move acceptably decent, I guess, for what it is, and give the AI a bunch of like things to shoot at up on the front, away from where the guts of the ship would be, and then have some more turrets back here in case all these get blown up. You still got some more shooting, and each one of these are a bunch of hit points. So, and they fire back. So that's kind of what I was striving for on this. After a lot of experimentation, trying to figure out what I would do. And it took a while. It took a while to try to run all the numbers and stuff, but I decided to simplify it, not have that third weapon type in there. It just made more sense. I don't really want to load. It's not going to have a huge amount of ammo storage. And I didn't really, the less ammo types in there, the more practical it typically is. But you definitely had to deal with both shields and hull. And I figure this is about the best I could come up with the amount of stuff I could get on a Core 2 Reforged Eden combat ship. So other than that, I do like the fact, and it really caused me to change the design a lot. Discovering the thruster thing, I would have probably had like 6 of those little thrusters there, but this is far more efficient than those, and it does a lot better numbers too. So and it saved a little bit of CPU. So I thought that was a good bonus, and that shield trick, that was a great thing to do as well. So we'll see how it goes. See if this is going to be capable of taking on that Corvette or not, that shielded Corvette. Can't say for sure. Again, it's pretty flimsy, but see if this method works or not. Anyway, you all have yourself a good day, and really cool creations again. And yeah, I kind of look forward to seeing a lot of these other creations that I was going to look at today, and then I was like, oh, they're all part of the challenge. So I skipped those, but I'll be obviously checking out the challenge and putting something in it myself. So anyway, you all have yourself a great weekend, and I will talk to you later.